Welcome back. This is the Father's Proxy, where we are Pro XY. We're your hosts. I'm Brian. This is Jamie Z. And today we are on part 3 of the Johnson's testimony. Last time we had Hannah.
Our first ever female.
And she talked about her testimony and how she came to Christ at 13, just like Blaine. Her battle with cancer, learning about not being able to have kids, and then learning about the kid that they had, Becker. What a crazy story. That's awesome. And we love to see God work and what he'll do. And we know just from our talks to you guys that you guys are meant for each other. Like, I think
it's amazing to see that God really strengthened and restored your marriage and your family.
Yeah, absolutely. So today we're going to have a little Q&A with the Johnsons, and we're going to hear both sides. And we're going to learn a little bit more about their stories and them together, because sharing your testimony by yourself is one thing, but now it's a husband and wife. So let's hear what the marriage testimony is.
I'm ready for that funny story.
Yeah, because I was informed that I need to ask you about the Brookshire story. So let's jump into that and let's hear about the Brookshire story. Can you set the scene for us?
No, let me. I'll tell.
So.
We'll go in and out with each other.
Yeah. And then whatever he leaves out, you just throw in those tidbits.
Like, I'll start with the fact that I was, heading to college, but like Grayson College. And so my mom was like, you should apply at Brookshire's because,
And this is pre-cancer.
No, this is way,
like,
way more
cancer.
Like, I was 18, and whenever I had cancer, I was 22, yeah. So I had, we had met at Fix and Feed, which I think you talked about. Yeah, we had met at Fix and Feed. Did you tell me?
That's a little
the hiccup
store.
in there too?
No.
Oh, we're going to backtrack now, because now we got a hiccup. But Fix and Feed is a store that's local. It's here in Bonham and in Commerce. It's
like your small version of Home Depot.
Very small.
Yeah, like a Tractor Supply and Home Depot. You combine them.
If they had a baby, it would be Fix and Feed.
Yeah.
Anyway. So let's hear about the hiccup at Fix and Feed, and then we'll come back to Brookshire's, because we're going to lead into all this. Go.
So we met at Fix and Feed, and, he got my number from a friend of mine.
Oh, it wasn't at the top?
It was also a friend of mine.
Because you were in lane 2.
Mutual.
Apparently.
Yes. And I was a little upset, because I was like, I can't believe he gave my number out like that. Like, what if you're a serial killer? I was like, what? Anyway, he wasn't. But he gave my number. And so we were like texting, and then we have a friend that was like, oh, you're talking to Blaine? And I was like, yeah, like as friends, I think. And she was like, well, he thinks that's weird. And I was like, he's weird. So I blocked him.
Can I tell my story part?
Yeah.
She texted me the same thing.
And the friend.
Yeah, and the friend said, you're texting Hannah? I said, yeah. She goes, oh, well, she thinks it's really weird. So I went to text her, and it didn't go through. And I was like, uh-oh, what happened?
Well, that is a hiccup that you left out, sir. Okay, let's hear more.
Well, that's a whole other story.
That's when I started putting in my applications at Brookshire's, because my mom was like, they'll work with your schedule for college. Like, you need to get a job there. So I started putting in my applications.
Blaine's still blocked.
Blaine's still blocked.
Okay.
And I was not hearing anything back from them. But everybody else around me was getting jobs there, and I was like, I don't understand.
So this friend planned on hijacking the relationship before
you
it
would
even started.
think, but that's not what happened.
Oh.
You
This
would
is taking a turn.
So then I went in to Brookshire's one night, and my friend Grace was working there. Well, she's my best friend, and she was like, well, Rachel Gentry, who I had known forever, she was like, she's here tonight. She's the office manager. Why don't you go give your application tonight to her? And I was like, great.
Love
so
Rachel.
I did.
Yeah.
Then I got the job, but you can explain
And
what was happening to my
before we
applications
get to
prior.
that, Rachel Gentry is Joe Gentry's wife.
Yeah.
We had
Or
this test.
daughter.
Daughter. Kathy is the wife. Rachel's the oldest daughter.
Daughter. Sorry, daughter.
What's the matter with you?
Words don't work. Sorry.
Word salad.
Daughter. Anyway.
So Hannah comes in, and she's been putting in her applications, And at first, I was filing them. You know, they go into the deep, dark, you know, they never get found again. Well,
File 13.
It got,
Yes.
yeah. Well, it got found. So I was like, it's on, you know, it's on my store director's desk. So I just shredded it. Yeah. And so she kept putting in her application, and I just kept shredding them.
Shredded.
Until Rachel got
And
it.
I actually was there that night that she came in, and they went up to Rachel, and I heard the whole thing, and I was like, dang, I can't shred that one
Nope.
because Rachel knows about it. And so Rachel came over there and put it on the store director's desk, and that I was sitting at, and I'm like, here's my moment, but I can't take it. So she got hired.
I got hired, and for a while there, Blaine was like sending me home because he was the manager, like early. Well, eventually I got fed up because I had books to pay for school, and I was like,
They're not cheap, and they keep adding up.
I had to cut payroll
Yes.
for the night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I had to
look,
wait.
he was just doing managerial duties.
Exactly.
Well,
He was being a
I
hard
called him
worker.
out on it, and I was like, look, I don't know what's going on here, but you're not sending me home anymore. I'm not going home. I've got books to pay for. I'm going to stay. And so then it all came out about, well, this is what I was told. This is what I was told, and then we realized.
The truth came out.
She was making a scene, so I said, let me walk you out to your car.
So then we became friends, started dating, got married. Y'all know the story from there pretty much.
And now y'all are best friends.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Y'all are
Which is
each
kind of
other's
funny.
rocks
It's
now.
just the way it all turned out.
That is pretty funny. I just kept shredding.
Block. God
Block.
said, nope, no more.
You go from
Yep.
blocking to shredding. I mean, that's pretty epic.
I mean, it's how it works. So, wow. I mean, God works in very mysterious ways. So the next question I have for you is, tell us more about the yellow truck. When you heard about the yellow truck. So for those of you that may not remember from last week with Hannah's testimony, she talked about asking God to give her confirmation that, you know, she's not pursuing this having children just blindly, that you'll give her a sign if this is something meant for
It's
us.
meant
And
to
she
be.
said,
Yeah.
you know, God,
Eventually.
if it's for me, show me a yellow truck. And so tell us your side of this yellow truck story.
So she hadn't told me about like that she had, you know, prayed this or anything like that. And so I don't remember if you called me or if you waited till I got home. I can't remember. But
Called you.
yeah, she was like, you know, told me what happened, and she's prayed this prayer, saw a yellow truck. Well, and then she was like, I saw a yellow truck, and that's God telling me that everything's going to be okay. And I don't remember word for word, but pretty much she was like, this is what's happening. And so I was like, well, that's weird. I've never seen a yellow truck either. Like, that's actually pretty
Every
good.
OB appointment that we went to after that, we would see yellow trucks
Well,
on the way.
yeah, and then I started seeing yellow trucks, and I don't know what you did, but
So it was like God saying, like, because I would get worried, you know, oh my gosh, I hope I don't miscarry. But it was just like, it would give me peace because it'd be like God said, you know, every time I'd see it, I'd go, you know, I never pray, and I'd go, thank you, Jesus, for that sweet reminder of my sweet baby. I'm like,
Which
that's just
is-
more proof that it's okay. It's going to be okay.
He's real.
Mhm.
Like, and he'll answer prayers. It may not be right away, but he definitely answered prayers. It's still pretty incredible, I think. So how many times do you see yellow trucks now?
not very. I don't.
Very often.
But when I
right
do,
now.
it reminds me of that time of
Yes,
like.
and I always like thank God.
So it's a
immediately.
constant reminder
Immediately.
Yeah.
every time you
Oh
see
yeah,
it.
I think of Becker and I immediately boom. Gotta.
So you
gotta
guys
thank God.
haven't seen any yellow trucks recently, have you?
You know
I
what'd be
haven't
funny if he
seen
ends up getting a
nothing.
yellow truck as his first vehicle?
Nothing.
I
no yellow
actually
trucks?
did see one.
Are you sure?
Boy.
Because I'm pretty sure a little yellow truck told me that you guys may be possibly expecting
Yeah.
another.
And I
Is this a
actually
double
did
cab? Is this a
on
double
our
cab truck?
on our way to the last OB appointment, the first OB appointment. So 2 weeks ago, I remember. Don't you like we were in Melissa and I said, "There's a yellow truck."
I don't remember, but I'm sure that happened.
But that was the first time I
gotta
had seen
call
one in
Typical-
like
I don't know.
weeks. Like I hadn't seen one in weeks or months.
Told you, a little yellow truck told me.
Just tells me.
I'm just saying. But God is good, and all the time God is good. Like,
Yeah.
yes. Anyway, the yellow truck. what a fun thing. So now, if you guys don't, you better have little yellow trucks in the house.
Yeah.
Gosh, yeah,
Play
we
with.
need
I was about to say, wouldn't it be funny if
one.
Becker's first car was a yellow truck?
That's so sweet.
Or at least a yellow pinstripe. Or
Something.
Yeah.
Something yellow for the man.
That's cute.
All right. So you talked about Hannah. You had talked about basically telling Blaine that, you know, at this point, like when you got cancer and you guys found out about it, you guys were newlyweds, that you gave Blaine really kind of an ultimatum of, hey, you can get out of this. You can, you know, get out of this. Blaine, what was going through your mind when she's telling you this? Like, one, like, tell us like kind of where you were at and kind of what your thought process was like what you thought and what you were going to do.
So I had already, whenever I had found out, I was already in that mode of I need to serve her and be there for her. So when she came to me about that, instantly like, no, I'm not doing that. Like I said, for better or for worse, you know, sickness and health, you are sick, I'm going to take care of you.
I'll take those vows to my
Yeah.
grave.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I was not giving up at that point.
Which,
Praise God.
dude, praise God. Yes, that's, and we said it on the last one, but that's leading like a real man. That's what you've got to do when you're following Jesus. That's how it works.
To lay everything aside and to be like my wife first.
That's
you know.
it's a sacrificial love, and it's beautiful to hear. And man, that's awesome. So proud of that.
Now, how did you feel when he said that? It's like, I'm not going anywhere.
I felt like really confident, you know. I was like, okay, you know, like if that's really what you want to do, like, you know, I mean, it made me feel really, really loved. But I even like, so 6 months prior to our wedding, in my vows, I had said, you know, like when I think of 1 Corinthians 13,
13,
right?
4.
Or-
Yeah.
13. Love is patient. Love is
Yes, I think of, because I had always heard a good test for your marriage is replace, you know, where love is patient. Hannah is patient. Hannah is, if you can't do that, then that's what you need to correct. Blaine, like, I said that in my vows. I was like, you are literally word for word like this verse. Like, Blaine is patient. Blaine is kind. Blaine does not boast. Blaine does not envy. Like, he's just really and truly, like I've always said, like he is a really good like reminder of like Jesus's love. And like I said, you know, about washing feet every night.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, she couldn't bend down. So
Yeah. I mean,
Or
of
bend the
course.
leg up
Yeah.
to me, like it just.
And then it wasn't a second thought for you, was it?
no.
Yeah, and it was just, that's what I got to do. I'm going to do it. And that's, man, it's very noble.
And it was never any like, man, I don't want to do this. You know, it was never any of that. It was
Maybe now.
now, yeah.
But do you feel like that, like, it grew your love for her even more?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You just fell in love with her more and more.
Yeah,
Like, no
and-
matter how many
And
hardships you were going through.
I was getting to see the, you know, I wouldn't call it ugly, but, you know, getting to see all of that. And it was, you know, just getting to take care of her and do that at such a, you know, early stage in your marriage. You know, it's like, if we can make it through this, we're
you're
solid.
gold.
We're good.
And then y'all, like, because y'all are just in the beginning stages of figuring out how to live with one another.
Right.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you're like, okay. And I don't know if there's any quirks. So you're like, that just irritates me. Is there a quirk? What do we got? There's got to be something. What's yours? Hannah. Like right as you first got married, there's
I
got to
don't
be
really
something like,
know that it's necessarily like bothersome. It can be, because no matter if we're running late or what, he has to get a drink out of the fridge. And I'm like,
my man.
we're running late to church. Get
But
a
you
water
gotta
at
be-
church.
Your thirst has got to be quenched.
Yes.
And he
You
has
can't
to
be
go get
thirsty.
a Dr. Pepper.
I'm one of those that when you leave the house, you stop at the store first and get you a little drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Always.
that's Texas water right there.
Uh-huh.
And it's just, sometimes I'm like, that's so funny. But then sometimes I'm like, Blaine,
We have
come
got to go.
on.
Yeah. What about you, Blaine? Was there anything, like, especially as you guys first, you were like, I don't know, like, how I'm going to deal with this. Nothing. I mean, maybe not to that extent, but at
Right,
least,
but
like,
it's just-
this is, I've got to say something.
Oh, let me think about it.
We can come back. Yeah, I mean, I know in our marriage, there wasn't really anything for me that was just like a big, but there's, so we've got that ADHD, ADD thing where it's like we're pilers. Okay. And that's probably the one that it irks me about myself and her. So we both pile things, and then I've got my piles and she's got her piles, and her pile's a little bit more messy than mine. We'll just say that, but there's piles. And then we like start getting agitated with like, and I know she gets on me, and I'm the world's worst. I'll tell her, and I admit it. I'm sorry. I like to pile stuff on the table, at the kitchen table, and at the bar, and she can't stand it. I'm a piler. I get it. I'm guilty of it.
I'm guilty of getting upset about it.
I do have one now.
Okay.
It's whenever I get in bed or I sit down, and it's, hey, actually, can you do this real quick?
Guilty.
Yeah, I get that one. Like, can you, like, as I'm getting up and I'm almost to the couch, it's like, hey, I didn't say anything before, but I want to drink now. And you're like, you got it.
Yeah.
I'll be back. So, yeah, those are those little quirks, but it makes you love them even more. Like, there's just something about them, like, only they can get away with it with you type thing. It's like, my wife has this little, like, I don't know, it's just something that she does that's a little quirk thing, and I'm like, makes me love you even more, woman. Anyway.
Aww.
So you guys talked about, I mean, obviously we know that you had the cancer, and that was, you know, obviously a burden on both of you and your family. How did that affect your families? Did it bring you guys closer together? Did it push your families apart? Like, kind of what happened there?
It brought them, say, closer.
Yeah. Our families were, you know, typically like, I know like Blaine's mom and grandmothers, and then like my mom and dad were like at every like biopsy and surgery and everything, and so like they would all like band together, and like my mom appreciated his family a lot more because she's like, you know, it obviously made her feel really good to know that even though she had to be at work, there were people willing to take care of her daughter because, you know, like especially after chemo, I couldn't function for that first week after. Like, I would just be so sick, and they would come do our laundry, clean the house, cook, anything that needed to be done. One of his grandmothers would bring little games and like be like, if you want to play, you know, to kind of keep me from being, you know, like stagnant and stuff. And then like some of his family, our relationship was strained with at first. And so it definitely, I think, helped bring us like closer together because it just changed everybody's perspective to these little things don't matter anymore. Yeah. And we just were able to get past that, especially once we knew about Becker, because it's like, well, we all just want to band together and be there for him. Mm-hmm. And, you know, and he was such a miracle. It's like
the doors of forgiveness opened.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. And he was like the thing that really like...
He was the centerpiece.
Pulled everything together. Oh, yeah. For sure.
So what was it like when you first heard? I mean, I know we kind of talked about it on both y'all's, but once you heard that you were going to have a child, like what was it that's going through your head? Like Hannah had talked about how she was, like her only thing she wanted to be was a mother. Mm-hmm. So was there anything like that going on with you? Like, all I want to be is a dad.
I've always wanted to have a family. Growing up, I've, you know, watching my dad and my mom and, you know, watching all of my, you know, family members. And it's just like, I want that. I want wife, kids, the whole thing. So whenever we found out we were pregnant, it was, you know, he was actually there and saw heartbeats, heard heartbeats. I was just like wow, like kind of a sense of relief.
Yeah.
At first, and then, you know, then you get hit with heavy of like, well, I want him. Like, I want to hold him, you know, like him being, you know, with her. I knew he was safe, but it's like, I want to hold you and know you're safe with me. So,
and there's something special, like when you first hear that heartbeat as a dad, because I know when we heard it for my two boys, like it, and I couldn't really tell you because like they weren't there. I couldn't really see them, you know, but it was like, that's my kid.
Yeah.
And you don't really understand it until it happens. And then even as you're going along, at least for me, it was like he's not here, but it's like, I'm expecting this kid. And of course, I don't know about you, but I always said, I was like, I got to have a boy. Like, I'm a boy dad. I knew it from the
I wanted a girl.
yeah. See,
Yeah.
I was a boy dad. I was like,
He would be a great girl dad, though.
and I said, I was like, I don't care what it is. Like, I just want it to be healthy. I was like, I really feel like I'm called to be a boy dad. And I was like, please, God, like, if you're going to give me anything, at least give me at least a boy to start. Because I got to have that. I was like, I don't know how I'd do it with a girl. Now, if I get blessed with a girl at some point in the future, I will not say no to it. But yeah, that was like, I was stressing about it. I was like when we do this and we find out, like, I'm the one that's got to know. That way I don't have this, like, look of, like, you know, upset or, like, distraught or, like, I feel bad that it's not. I was like, that's not true. I'm like, I'm not upset if whoever it is, like, boy or girl, is like, I don't want to be on a camera somewhere looking like I'm not excited for this child. So it's like, you got to give me, you got to let me know. My wife's like, all right, fine. I'll let you find out. I was like, thank you.
No.
And so she lets me find out about him, and this is what gave it away, because she knew. She's like, it's a boy, isn't it? As soon as we left there, she's like, it's a boy. And I was like, no. She's like, one, you're a terrible liar, and two, she's like, the reason that gave you away is you're too calm right now.
Oh, man.
So I was like, I tried to keep it very, like, she's like, you're too talkative, too calm. She's like, I think if it was a girl, you would kind of be like in that I don't know what to do stage. And I was like, whatever, you don't know me. She knows me way too well. So but yeah, I know that for me was awesome. So I can only imagine what it was like after going through that, because we didn't have that kind of, you know, transition into it. But let's talk a little bit about Becker and the pregnancy. Like, how did that go for you? Was it an easy?
So I had a rough pregnancy with him. So the first trimester, I had a lot of bleeding, which they said was normal. It was scary though for me.
I can imagine.
And then the second trimester, I got kidney stones
Fun.
because I had never had one. So when it happened when I was at work, I truly thought I was miscarrying because the pain just started and it was so intense and it got more and more. And I mean, I ended up in the hospital down in Flower Mound because that's where I was working. And, but it ended up being kidney stones. So hopefully we don't go through that again.
Yes.
And then preeclampsia was really bad.
Yeah.
So I had the preeclampsia and I had the magnesium drip and all that during the actual delivery. And then after having him, we had only been home a day. And then the next day would be night 2, and we had to go back to the hospital, and I had to be readmitted because my blood pressure spiked.
Of course.
And so my mom had to stay with Becker because they wouldn't let you bring your baby back in there because it was January, so it was cold and flu and RSV and everything, and I had to enter through the ER, and they wouldn't let me take him in there if he wasn't the patient.
Yeah.
So that didn't help my blood pressure. I'm crying. I'm like, I want to see my baby. So.
And I mean, because that's like day 2, right? You said?
Yes, like,
day 2.
well, I mean, like, he was probably like 3 or 4 days old because we stayed in the hospital like 2 days, but it was our second day, like, home with him. Like, I had just laid him down and was like, okay, I'm going to go take a shower, and my head started pounding, and I knew, and I took my blood pressure, and I was like, we're going to have to go. Like, we can't. There's no way.
Yeah. So more hardships, which is fun. But I mean, I'm sure holding him for the first time was like,
Oh, yeah.
we're gonna be fine. Yeah. Because that's how, like, I was, and I'll tell on myself. I was not prepared to see what I saw. I'm just gonna say that. I was not prepared to see nobody told me about, you know, when the baby's being born and all that kind of stuff. So I immediately went to the worst, and I'm thinking, something's wrong. Of course, nobody was freaking out, so I kind of knew it was okay. But at the same time, I didn't know how bad it was. And I'm like, I'm going to pass out.
Oh, no.
And I'm going to be that guy that passes out when his wife's sitting there, and she's just had this problem. This was our first one. But my wife knew, like, she gives me a hard time all the time because all I did was I'm sitting there and I got dead silent. If you guys don't know about the podcast, I seem to talk a little bit, right? And I just got quiet and I pulled a chair up and I sat right down. And I did not say a word throughout the delivery. And The nurses came in. There was probably 15 of them because they were worried about NICU or whatever. So they all come in and they're all hooping and hollering. I'm like, what do I need to do? I'm just going to sit here. Like, you don't need me. I'm just here. I'll hold the hand. And that's all I did. So I get that all the time. I got in trouble. Not bad, but she gives me a hard time. Like, you're about to pass out. I was like, well, did I? No, I didn't.
My mom felt like she was going to, it was Blaine and my mom in the delivery room. And she started feeling that way with me. And I saw her like, sit down. I was like, oh no. Do you want to tell him about how you felt after having Becker?
I felt great. Blood and, all that doesn't bother me any. So, but he come out bawling like a baby, you know, because he's here. And she, gets to hold him for 2 hours. And I was just sitting there like, when is it my turn?
Yeah.
Come on.
Hey.
Yeah, bring him here.
Too.
Right. But yeah, I was so excited. He was staring at me the whole time like, this is your fault.
Yeah.
He was wide awake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
but
then
he was nervous.
Oh yeah, about that. Yeah, when it was
next day.
It was the next day, and I had went to the bathroom and I threw up, and I came out and she was like, "Are you sick? Do you have a stomach bug?" And I was like, "I'm so nervous. I don't know what we're gonna do when we get home."
Yeah, he dropped that on me. He's like, "I don't know what we're gonna do." And I was like, "It's too late. He's here. We're
Like,
gonna be a parent. That's what we're gonna do."
you kind of got to take it with you.
I
You
was
don't
like,
have a choice now.
to. Like,
Yeah.
I had the same thing. So after our first son, Miles, was born, I had like a real bad, like I guess it was migraines or whatever stress came from it, because that next day, and again, I was being the wimp. I got sick, but I'm like, I was throwing up. I couldn't stop. I couldn't control it, and I was like, now I'm sick. And then she had a bunch of issues with, she got stuck like 16 times with a needle. They're trying to draw her blood and they can't, and all this other stuff. And I'm over here, got a migraine. It was okay.
oh no.
It was, I was being a wimp, but at the same time, I couldn't stop throwing up. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. And I was trying to be like, he wasn't crying that bad. And like, anyway, it was just the thing. But holding him for the first time, like, how was that for you? Like when you first got to hold him?
I didn't want to let go.
Uh-huh.
It was amazing. Sit there, love on him. Did not want to give him back, but they told me I had to.
Yeah.
But
it's an incredible thing when you get to hold your own child. And I'm sure after all that, like both you guys getting to hold him that first time was, I bet there was a lot of emotions going on. I can imagine.
Yeah.
So after he's born, like let's talk a little bit about that, like that whole from him being born till now, like how's it been? Like
He's been really a great baby.
Yeah.
Like I don't know that we'll ever get that lucky again, because I'm talking like the first 2 months of his life, the only reason why he didn't sleep through the night is because he needed to gain weight, so they made us wake him up every 3 hours. But like he would literally be limp, and I'd be like having to take his clothes off and blow on him like, you have to wake up and eat. Like he did not want to wake up. And so once we got past that, he has slept through the night at least 6 hours straight since 2 months old.
Well, that must be nice.
He had reflux.
it's great.
And that was bad, his poor little acid reflux. But other than that, really a great baby. There's been a few nights where he's like stayed up, but really a great baby.
Yeah.
Great baby.
That's awesome. I know our second one, like that boy, he'll go to sleep fast, but staying asleep is his problem.
Oh no.
But we've got probably the best kids in the world. I'm just saying. But I think we all feel that way about our kids.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So with that, guys, thank you. This has been the Johnson's testimony, and we really, really appreciate you guys being on and telling your stories. We don't know how it's going to affect the viewers, but somebody out there is going to connect with these stories. Mm-hmm. Reach out to us. We do challenge you guys. Please reach out to us on email. And you can email us at thefathersproxy@gmail.com or shoot us a Facebook message. We challenge you to give your testimony. Follow, like, share, subscribe. You can see us on YouTube, or you can check us out on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And then next time, so if we don't have any testimonies, next time we're going to be talking about Abraham and Isaac, and it's going to be a fun story. We got a lot of good stuff going on, so check us out for that one. Come see us at 7th and Main. If you don't have a church, if you're not plugged in somewhere, come see us at 7th and Main. We got 2 services, a Sunday at 9 a.m. and then 11:15 a.m. And if you can't make either one of those, check us out on the live stream. We've got it's 7 NBC on YouTube. We live stream it every Sunday, and it should be fixed now, at least the live stream. So if it's not, reach out to us. Come see us. You'll see it in person. It would be great. Bring your kids to Awanas. We've got it on Wednesday nights. Meal begins at 5:15. Awanas actually starts at 5:45, ends at 7:20. The meal is not just for the kiddos. It's for you parents, too, so that way you don't have to worry about cooking that night. And that's kind of nice. I don't know about you guys, but when we don't have to cook, everybody's happy. Yeah. So, and then last but not least, we have a Built to Last marriage conference. Starts September 11th, goes to the 12th. There's a QR code to sign up. Last year, we had Al and Lisa Robertson of Duck Dynasty. This year, it's going to be Shannon and Cindy Odell. And they do the Romance Uncensored conference every year. So it's one that you want to show up to, get plugged into it, and it's for married couples. So make sure, if you're married, sign up for it. It's going to strengthen your marriage. Guys, again, thank you. This is the Father's Box, where we are
Pro XY.
Led by the Holy Spirit.